Hey everybody, it's Lee here from Stringfield Ridge Farm. A couple years ago, or well, I guess it was last year, I built this greenhouse for Teresa, and it done good, except I don't know if y'all can see that up there on the roof, how it's all warped and everything. And I did not know until after I'd done already built this, and we went over and seen Mark at Red Dutchess Farm, and he's got several greenhouses, and he's about an hour away from us. And I got to telling him about how the roof was doing, and come to find out that they recommend that you screw that down every other ridge, and I did not know that. And not only that, I did not realize that on the roof, if you're going to put it on a roof, it is recommended that you use these boards here that they have that are already cut, to put them down first so that it holds your ridges together right. And anyhow, I did take this off last year after I found out that it was supposed to be every other ridge, and it was cold out, and I tried to drill my holes and they all started busting out and splitting, and now this thing is just, it's got splits in it, it's busted, it's just in a bad shape. So now I have to replace all of that, and since I have to replace all of it, I'm going to do it and do it right this time. I'm going to show it in the video here, me redoing some of this. So y'all just bear with me, and hopefully this here will keep anybody else from making the same mistake as I did, because just this small greenhouse, just this roof here, for what I had to go and rebuy to redo it, was right around $90 for the wood lattings and the new pieces of the PVC roofing material, and my screws and nails that I'm going to have. So hopefully this will save someone else some headache in the long run, to just go on ahead and actually do it right the first time. All right, I'm gonna get at it. Okay, I got the roof off, and this is what I was talking about. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but it just, when I was drilling them holes, they would just bust out in huge spots, and just crack and split. So we wound up with just a great big wet mess in there, and it stayed wet all winter long from the rains. So, and that happened, like I said, it happened when it was cool. It's cool out right now, and as you can see, it's just real brittle. My new ones I've got out in the shed with the heater on to keep them warm. I'm going to do all my cutting and drilling out there. Here's one that's the best one that was left for me to lay on my new ones, to make my right length of cut, and to get the areas or the lines where I'm going to have my holes drilled at. Okay, first one's up. Now we're gonna put up some more.
So here's a look at the greenhouse after Lee got done. He put the boards on there. Those are the things that we didn't do the first time that we needed to do to screw it into that and keep it from bowing and cracking like it did. So there's what you need to do if you build a greenhouse out of this material. Now the sides of our greenhouse are this, it's a greenhouse plastic. It's the 6 mil 4-year, it's got a 4-year warranty, but we would eventually like to put that stuff on the sides also. Now, it was a little more expensive. I will link our video to our greenhouse in the description below, and you can see where we built this greenhouse for under $300. Now that we've had to redo the roof, it has cost us another $90, where if we'd have got these wood pieces before, it would have saved us some money and time. So when you get this kind of roofing or whatever for your when you get this kind of stuff for your greenhouse, you need to be sure and get the right stuff, do it right the first time, and save a little money and time. We are going to put that on the sides, but we're going to do it a little as long as we have the money. We have decided to do one side at a time. I'm going to step back and show in here. I've got some plants going in here that these are plants that I had gotten out of the herb garden and brought in here, and some of them didn't make it, but a lot of them did. I put some more kale in there. That was an older kale that come out of the garden, and I went ahead and planted some more kale in there, and my comfrey and some sage that made it. A few things that actually survived in here. But so I'm fixing to bring some of my seedlings out here because the temperature is doing great in here now. It was just leaking really bad. That was the biggest problem, was that it was leaking so bad, everything was getting flooded in here. And that was allowing for more cold weather, and it did get down pretty cold. So we've got this fixed now, and we're going to start on the sides. And I will tell you, it's going to cost us about $90 per side. So we're probably going to do just one side at a time. The way he made this, and you can look at our video how he made it for under $300. The way he done it each side is kind of separate. You know, the plastic doesn't just wrap all the way around, and so we can take and do each side at a time, and that's what we're going to do. Spend about $90 on each side. And that's just 3 sides because we did build it up against the old shed. And hindsight, looking back, we wish we would have. I have brought some mint in, which you don't have to do. Mint does fine out, but I happen to have this mint in this little bucket, and I was kind of worried about it because it's not very deep and all. And so I brought it in the greenhouse, and it is really coming back in there good. I'm leaving this on top of it in case it still gets cold again before spring, which is possible. And so we had cleaned up in here some. Another thing we want to do is the flooring. We done wood chips with these concrete pieces to walk on, and I don't like that either. We are going to do dirt on the bottom. We're going to do some little dirt beds across the bottom to plant in, and then gravel in the rest when we get a chance. So our projects take a little at a time sometimes because, well, number one, he don't listen, and number two we don't always have the money to do a whole big project at one time, so it may come in small pieces for us. I've built it on the other side. It would have gotten more sun on the other side, but as you can see, we had a lean-to for the horse and the cow over there, and so it just didn't work out for us that way. We could have built it somewhere else, but I wanted it near my herb garden and near my shed, and we already had this on one side. So we just went ahead and built it over here, and even though it doesn't get as much sun as it should, it still works. It worked great last year. We started probably about 300 plants in there last year, and it worked fine. So I know somebody's going to say you shouldn't have it on that side of the building because of the sun, but the sun hits it just fine most of the day. And it keeps warm. It stays really warm in there, and it done great last year until the roof started leaking. So, but keep in mind that when you get ready to build yours, you might want to make sure that it's in the full sun all day. Ours works, so we're going to leave it there for now, but it would have been ideal on the other side. And there you go. There's our greenhouse, ready to go again. We are going to run electricity out here soon so that we can have lights and heat out here, and that will help a whole lot too. So he went and got the eggs.
Chicken got out.
He went and got the eggs.
Got out.
All right. You want to say anything else about your greenhouse?
I built it.
Do it right the first time?
Yeah, do it right the first time.
Put it in a better spot the first time?
Yeah.
And
say there's the thing. They used to tell me that in school all the time. Do it right the first time. You won't have to do it again. I never did listen then. I still don't listen. So that's why. Well, it's job security. It keeps me busy. So.
Okay. All right. Do the
like, subscribe, give us thumbs up, and always God bless.
all right.